Communism. History is littered with stark, burning examples of its failure. But as we all know, that's just capitalist pig dog propaganda. As they say, we've never actually done communism correctly. So today, boys, in Rimworld, we're doing communism, but correctly this time. And there's only one man who can create this utopia, our supreme leader, Rim Jong Un.
Rim Jong Un!
Rim Jong Un is the head of state for the Democratic People's Rimpublic of Ikea. North Ikea, that is. He is that which can only be described as the Rizzler, but you'll have to wait and see what I mean. Our glorious leader lands in a bleak mountainous area with nothing but some supplies and a dog, on a world full of people who want to kill him. Filthy individuals, all of them. Basically, he landed in Chicago. As a native North Ikean, old Rim Jong is most comfortable under the ground. So he sets out digging a series of tunnels, basically turning into a New York Jew. Someone called Kevin Bacon.
They're under the goddamn ground.
Oh, and I named the dog Fu Qiu, by the way. Good, right? Yeah, it's good. For our storyteller, I chose Ariadne Archduchess, because Reddit said every 5k wealth we'd get an event. This did seem to backfire, however, because communism is not known for generating wealth. What I should have done was find a storyteller who generated events based on human suffering and tyranny. Well, actually, I probably would have lost already if I did that. No one man can stand against such retarded hate. Now, North Ikeans are well known for their organizational skills. So to round out Rim Jong's first day, he gathers all his nearby resources and fucks off to Sleepyland. It's well known that career politicians are normally known for being huge lazy pussies, but good old Rim Jong Un here works tirelessly to make a home for himself and his future brain-dead starving followers. That's what makes him a quadruple A reader. That's why he's so supreme. It's not all the extra cheese. Also, Rim Jong is just a standard-ass baseliner. His real power comes in the form of his ideology, which, as you know, is communism done correctly this time. Supremacist industrial tunnelers who worship a god emperor. It couldn't be more perfect. All commies love dumb labor. Because they have no choice, of course. You work or you die. The godlike leader with all his exalted power just doesn't care. Our labor yields are high and our men stay fuckable. Of course, only Rim Jong will get to have any hanky-panky. But that's why he's a gangsta. In Rim Jong's North Ikean communist country, no means yes, and yes means anal. So anyway, with all the flocks of people we will soon have joining our utopia, we will need to feed them. Well, I mean, with communism that's kind of an oxymoron, I guess. But we have to at least make it look like we're trying to feed them, so the UN doesn't untie our balloon knots. So Rim Jong lays down the fungal gravel so we can plant copious amounts of nutrifungus. It'll help him to become a really fun guy. Okay, and who should show up to disrupt us but the filth team? They're only after our hard-ass wood, so we just let them be and carry on with our mission of laying down the coveted nutrifungus. But filth team's arrival spurns us towards setting up defenses. Only through powerful threats of violence can our ideology be saved. It's a good thing too, because filth team is back and they want blood. Rim Jong prepares the defenses as filth team charges straight ahead. They must also be commies because they go right for my dog Fu Qiu. Only a monster would eat a dog. But Fu Qiu pushes his shit in and takes a well-deserved rest. You can't beat Fu Qiu. It'd take like, I don't know, 3 dudes with machine guns to do that. Never gonna happen.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
We get a kitchen set up and continue our labors. Only through harsh physical suffering may we find virtue. We finally get rocking on some proper bedrooms and show the power of our Ikean ways. Cheap matchbox furniture. Goddamn beautiful. Our food had gotten dangerously low, so Rim Jong performs his first hunt. Forgetting to eat is typical of communist societies, and it's also a great segue to today's video sponsor, Alzheimer's. Thanks to today's video sponsor, Alzheimer's, who... you know the thing. Thanks to Alzheimer's, I can, do bacon flip-flops, immigrants, and cocoa melon. For the low price of a like on this video, you too can get, I just shit my pants. Thanks, What's Your Face, for sponsoring today's video. Now back to the radio. With some more hunting and the cooking of basic meals, we can start on our power supply. Rim Jong deserves the finer things in life after all. With that, all the lights come on and Rim Jong can rest soundly in his awful bed with mysterious stains on the floor. That's okay, Rim Jong. No one can judge you, because you're all alone. Our first trader arrives and Rim Jong uses this opportunity to purchase a pair of breeding goats so that he may breed them and create an infinite food supply. Good thinking, Rim Jong. Oh, well, or he kills them for their meats and a short-term gain? Hey, no one said commies were smart, alright? At this point, we take a quest for Forced Fog to gain some honor. Forced Fog is also what Rim Jong calls his penis. I was toying with the idea of working Rim Jong up the empire ladder and made him a freeholder. This goal, however, just like human rights in a communist government, wouldn't last too long. But you'll see what I mean. We now officially dub Rim Jong Un as the supreme leader. Of who? Well, no one yet, but he gives the most empowering speech no one will ever hear and takes his rightful place at the head of this utopia. God damn it, Rim Jong. Daddy Rim Jong Ilin would be proud. He now has his divine rule. Oh, we venerated cocks, by the way, which I just thought would be funny. So anyway, at 14 days in now, I realized that watching fog on high speed is hella trippy, and our fungus is ready for harvest. Beautiful, sustainable nutrition. Even Fu Qiu is vegetarian, just like Hitler. Rim Jong idolizes Hitler and his authoritarian ways. Except Rim Jong can't grow a mustache, well, because he's Asian. So he grows his mustache a little more down south. Makes it look like an angry bussy. Thank God he covers it up with a leaf, am I right? We swap out our cave walls with some fancy marble. Another visitor arrives who sold us a DPRK helmet. Rim Jong may as well get a little protection for the days to come, for his story will be one steeped in the tradition of communist violence. With our new militarization efforts, what better way to celebrate than a missile test launch? We're coming for you, America. You pussies scared yet? We then begin producing concrete and lay out a defensive area we'll refer to as the Dehumanizing Murder Zone, or the DMZ. It will be our bulwark against capitalism and their excellent ideas. There's no room for those here. God, he's working so fast. Crank this up to the speed of dark, Baba. That's Baba Jabini speed, playa. That's fast. Then the chance for a deserter quest. You know, maybe Rim Jong has been slowly cast aside and alienated from the rest of the world. Maybe the Empire who once liked him now found his ideologic ways revolting. Maybe Rim Jong starts his arc of evil. Why not, I say. We accept. And the deserter joins us. We're now exiled from the Empire and marked as enemy. Unfortunately, this deserter is addicted to go juice, which really kind of sucks. But he fits right in. Only through suffering can a kami gain enlightenment. And finally, with another good little kami, we can name our glorious Utopia. I didn't actually realize this until editing, that I put in the wrong word. I put diplomatic when it should have been democratic. So, you know, maybe it's just my way to avoid copyright infringement? Yeah, that. So we're now the diplomatic people's Rimpublic of Ikea, living in the beautiful land of North Ikea. Brings a goddamn tear to your eye, don't it, boy? Also, to follow our Ikean ways, we renamed the deserter to Flugtag. Yes, this naming theme will continue. Our citizens are seen as cheap, replaceable furniture items, basically. True commies, I say. Flugtag is also an excellent chef, so that's cool. The Empire finally comes for old Flugtag. We hastily built more defenses and take pot shots when they come close, but they attack our infrastructure and the unfinished DMZ. And then, Fu Qiu was caught outside. These capitalist monsters attacked our beloved Fu Qiu. We bravely hide in our tunnels while Fu Qiu bleeds out and the Cappies attack our concrete walls. They eventually give up and leave, allowing us to celebrate victory. Well, kind of. We didn't get the quest reward of psychic neuroformers, which sort of put a hamper on my plans. Rim Jong was going to become a psychic commie badass, but that'll have to wait, I guess. So we rebuild what we had lost, though we could never rebuild our beloved Fu Qiu. So of course we offer this hero a true communist burial, one befitting the highest honors we can bestow. For the hero Fu Qiu, we carve up his mangled corpse for food. It is the commie way after all. Wow, is it dirty in this fucking base too, eh? Back to our labors. We must complete the DMZ, and with the arrival of a visitor, it was time to use the greatest power that communism commands. Endless waves of brainwashed warm bodies. So a prison is constructed and this random unfortunate woman is kidnapped for propagandizing. It's a word, don't look it up. We're now enemies with her faction, but Rim Jong doesn't care. He's focused solely on completing the DMZ. The newly kidnapped woman is successfully turned into a good little commie, and our recruitment efforts begin. Also, I thought it was funny that a booma cow, or whatever they're called, fell from the sky named Crybaby. Damn, baby, don't cry about it, haha. Anyway, DMZ. Wow, so good. I don't remember at this point if this fence thing I'm trying actually works, but we're trying it anyways. We get a quest for our relic item, the Bowl of Hunger. But this video, we won't pursue it. That'll have to come later. A mole woman falls from the sky and we now have a new mouth breather to convert. Wow, I can't talk. It's kind of fitting because we're tunnel dwellers and she's a mole. Poetic, really. Also, Rim Jong is now RPing as a COVID-fearing doctor or something, I don't know. Just fucking go with it. And don't forget your booster. We complete the DMZ, so now Rim Jong can relax. Those Western powers will have a tough time cracking this egg, So we focus on our base now, and with all these extra mouths, we're running out of food, as is tradition. Luckily, a trader shows up and we buy all their pemmican to prolong our suffering. The mole woman is now also a good little commie. I really gotta convert Flugtag. He's kind of acting like a bitch, but with his go juice addiction, he may not be long for this world. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. That's the fun. For recreation, I made 5-finger fillet table or something, whatever it's called. So now my guys keep cutting their fingers. Kinda like those evil Illuminati fucks. But in Rim Jong's case, he must be a member of the Illuminati. Illuminati? Because he's Asian? That's not racist, you're racist. And we successfully recruited that woman from earlier. So naturally, being Supreme Reader, Rim Jong seduces her and they're now lovers. He just had to tell her a story about authoritarians. Typical commie love story. Wow. Got that quadruple A puss now, bae. Gonna make them try for a baby too. Cause we all know that's one thing commies do well. I mean, unless you're a woman. Then, well, you don't do so well as a baby. Ain't that right, China? Oh, and happy International Women's Day, boys. What do you think she's doing to you mans? Good thing no one can question Rim Jong's authority, pegging or not. And with a suspicious stain next to the bed, they get that freak on. Then Rim Jong is back to work. He's just so committed. Wow, and she's already pregnant. Your mans is a fertile myrtle. Gotta live bringing up children in this hellscaped authoritarian utopia. We accept a Phytokin into our society. Just like what she needs to survive, she's kind of trash. But she's got some good plant skill, and she's already a good little commie, so we save tons of conversion overhead. A raid comes for her, and we can now test out the power of our newly formed DMZ. The team lines up ready to face the capitalist horse cats, and within an instant, it was over. The DMZ is fucking OP, bitch. Just as Rim Jong planned it. They should have sent nudes instead of soldiers. Now it's time once again to focus on our mountain home. Expansion waits for no man. On a sad note, we had to deconstruct Fu Qiu's old bed. R.I.P. Pooch. R.I.P. But now we can promote our plant bitch to the fist of the Supreme Reader. She does have bang and social. This will help us spread our brainwashing throughout the world. We all come down with a little bout of food poisoning, which is especially bad for the pregnant gal. She's gonna be firing out of both ends. Nice and sloppy. Just the way Rim Jong likes it. They gonna save thousands on lube. Prego Gal is also starving. Very true to theme for this video, huh? Our well starts taking off. Kinda. And it only took 47 days. But unfortunately, Rim Jong and his baby mama broke up. She couldn't handle his awesome power. Or something, I don't know. I'm gonna keep making them sleep together though. She is bearing the supreme heir after all. But it's alright. Your mans will get some more poontang. Plenty of fish in that sea. Remember boys, bitches come and go. But the film in the spank bank is forever. Then Flugtag has a birthday and becomes frail. That combined with his go juice addiction is making him less and less attractive. Maybe we'll make this colony just Rim Jong and his harem of commie bitches. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. We then recruit our mole woman. Her mining skill for sure will come in handy. And it's another potential wench for the Supreme Leader. We take a quest to save a royal from a man-hunting raccoon, who of course stands no chance against the mighty DMZ. It's weird, even though the Empire hates us, they let us save their dude. He fucks off in his shuttle, and Rim Jong did not get any of the honor. So it was kind of a waste of a spike trap? Oh well, we tried. The West just won't accept us. For no fault of our own, of course. Until this point, I also forgot to name everyone else. So now we have Ibbenflag, Gutenberg, and Zibberschnick. Welcome to North Ikea, fuckers. We try once more to convert Flugtag, but it doesn't work. He must be a Western spy. Also, it's important to note that none of our guys have a high intellectual skill. So our research this whole time has been very, very stagnant, which really fucking sucks. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Progress is slow, but again, I guess that really sums up the commie experience. A lack of innovation. Zibberschnick becomes upset because I forgot to make her a bed and goes on a food binge, eating what little food we don't have. So, that's cool. If I didn't need her, we'd have an execution. Lucky for her, I require her skills. So we make her a bedroom and build a commie ideology room. They're digging faster than a Hasidic Jew. Like the ghost of Bacon's past, it's after their extra skin having ass. I'm talking a lit fire under that ass, bubba. Due to everyone's bad moods, Rim Jong gives a propagandist leader speech. It was encouraging, thankfully, so with every little bit helping, we may end up being saved some more of these binges. Good job, Rim Jong. Good job. Like a true politician, the man can lie, or in this case, rye. Huh? Too far? I don't know, fuck it. We increase our power production to ensure our industrialization can continue and set up fishing zones. With tons of idle colonists, they may as well do something in their downtime. I'll admit I'm not running this colony very well, but hey, I'm leaning into the commie lifestyle, alright? Get off my dick. Now we do something that should have been done at the very start. Growing fields. We lay down all the things a colony could need. Rice, obviously. cotton, heel root, and psychite. I really dropped the ball on this one. But better late than never, I suppose. In my defense, it was only Rim Jong for a long time, alright? But now our little commies can set off to work in the fields. We also get a quarry down because manual labor is sexy. Almost as sexy as Islamic terrorism. Ooh. We then accept a quest for a new colonist on the hope that they'll be good at research. They weren't. It's a low mate who's 13, so not great. And now we're rated because of it. Obviously, they fell to the mighty DMZ, but we got more commie-type clothes, so it wasn't all bad. Ah, work in the fields. Just as a good little commie should. Nice. Our new cat girl is a decent chef, so Flugtag can spend his days researching with a whopping skill of 4. It's the best in the colony. So it's slow, but it's at least something. After then looking into what makes a cat girl, I saw that they needed lovin' to live. Which, I mean, normally wouldn't be a problem, except this cat girl is 13. Now, her chronological age is 90. Rimworld made me do this, alright? I didn't make the rules, but if anyone is gonna do it, it's Rim Jong. On his finger-cutting Epstein Island-like type mountain base. 90, she's 90, alright? I aptly name her Punter Trap and then attempt the seduction to save her life, goddammit. I didn't choose this. And I'll tell you what, boys, thank God it didn't work. Turns out the death from celibacy doesn't kick in until 16, which, I mean, is still not good, but it's better, maybe, I guess. Not really, not at all, really. Blame Rimworld. But it looks like I won't have to change Rim Jong's name to Muhammad after all. So anyway, let's move on. We expand the base yet again to get a crafting room set up. Then alpha beavers come waltzing through. Must be Punter Trap's family. But I take a quest to fight some dudes for a vanometric power cell. I send Gutenberg out on a caravan just to bring her right back in to satisfy her wanderlust. A little cheesy, but I need their moods fixed, damn it. We're super close to carpet making, which will allow us to finally get some gorgeous North Ikean banners and flags to spruce up this joint a little bit. But we just need a cotton harvest first. Showing again why I should have started this ages ago. We made a conversion staff for Gutenberg and converted Puntertrap to communism. Super fast too, might I add. These young, weak minds are so malleable and easy to brainwash. I bet I could convince her that she's actually a boy in like 3 seconds. Wow. Now that'd be evil, wouldn't it? Good thing people don't do that nonsense. Ha ha! Oh, and check this out. A North Ikean car company is born. Let me present to you the Daewoo. Fit for a commie king. The only way to ride in style. This puppy has a whopping 1-man-power engine. Ikean engineering, wow. I don't know how you turn off its engine though, but that was fun, I guess. The raid finally comes, and you already know they fell to the DMZ. I tried to capture 2 of them, but unfortunately they perished on a cold stone slab in a pool of their own blood. So, guess our ranks won't grow on this day. Or will it? Ibn Flag is in labor. Time for Rim Jong's supreme baby to be born. Man, I love a good intense dilation. She pushes and pushes and poops and pushes, and then a baby. Due to the pain, she becomes an optimist, and the baby couldn't be healthier. That's a commie healthcare win if I've ever seen one. Probably the only one. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, I thank you. And I want you to help me name this baby. Put your baby name suggestions down in the comments below and I'll pick from that. Also, this will continue for a little while as a series. That's right, we're back to Let's Plays. Well, kind of. At least for now. So expect some more Rim Jong in the near future. Will this baby be the promised child of legend to bring communism around the world? Or will Rim Jong run this colony into the ground and the commies die off? I don't know. We'll find out in the next episode of Rim Jong's Balls Z. So anyway, ethnic cleansing. What's more communist than that? That's right, nothing. Today in Rimworld, our antagonist Rim Jong Un aims to strengthen the state's hold on everyone's day-to-day. And just how do communist governments usually accomplish this foreboding and essential task? That's right, violence. It is, after all, in the Commie 101 handbook, and I value historic accuracy over all else. But before we get to all that, thanks to the comment section, we'll be naming the heir to the Commie Supreme Leader, Vladimir Putin. The baby's a girl, but hey, it's 2024. She may not be for long. Sorry, I mean, they may not be for long. Old Flugtag may not be for long either because we're rapidly running low on go juice. So when he got a crush on the baby mama of Vladimir, well, we of course had to crush his desires. No one shall be tunnel buddies with the Supreme Leader. His throbbing micro-cock will be all these women ever know. The Supreme Tootsie Roll flies solo mio, plus rim jobs working on repairing their broken home. So unlike typical communist protocol, I'm gonna let him cook. While he's cooking, a trader visited us. Seeing how sparse the goods were that we could sell to turn a profit, got the wheels of the Trabant turning.
Urge to capitalism rising.
And the decision was made to increase our production of cotton. So instead of spending time watching Skibbity toilets on an iPhone 3 while eating Ben & Jerry's Americone Dream, which, by the way, is the most commie flavor of Ben & Jerry's, we'll be toiling endlessly instead. Baby food had to be created to feed Vladimir. Puntertrap used rice, which I thought was funny and fitting. Also, we're now going to be naming our vehicles with the preface of DP, or Diplomatic Peoples. So say welcome to the Diplomatic Peoples Day Woo. Yep, DP has no other hidden meaning. You sick bastards. Side note, I don't know why, but I really want some double stuffed Oreos. Our colonists continue to make Illuminati-type offerings of finger cuts. I really should get some new forms of recreation. Unfortunately, there's nothing else we can really build right now. So the satanic ritual shall continue until morale improves. Our production capabilities grow with the ability to finally smelt slag. The labors of the people continue, and the fields of forced labor begin to show their fruits. But best of all, our people keep cutting their goddamn fingers. Look at her, going to bed with bloody fingies. Well, I guess if she double clicks the mouse now, she won't need any lube. And if it's that time of the month, well, that's just a bonus. Alright, that was gross, I'll admit it. Zibberschnicked is ordered to clear the fields to make room for more planting. But a communist mole person being in the sunlight, hot and above all, following the tradition of hunger, snaps and decides to burn this motherfucker down. I've only ever experienced rage like this when I studied for weeks to pass the online CAPTCHA quiz, just to fail miserably. Goddamn lack of proper nutrition. A tale as old as time, I'm afraid. But Puntertrap uses the power of persuasion to calm her down, and Dr. Rim Jong abates the fire. She's lucky that we need her. Or it'd be the gulag for this one. God damn it, Rim Jong, not you too! Fucking fingers, boys, I'm telling you. I should stop him, but it releases copious amounts of dopamine into my brain, so god damn it, I'm just not going to. The timer on Rim Jong's romancing abilities is also off cooldown. What we need now is the awesome power of commie seduction. And who does commie seduction better than anyone else? This handsome devil. That's right, Rim Jong Un, who's so handsome he won Miss Ikea 69 years in a row. And the judges definitely weren't under any threat of family murderization while scoring the competition. No, that'd be crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a room. A rubber room. This plan is perfect. It's so perfect a purple-haired liberal arts major college student couldn't do any better. And bam, just like that, Vladimir is no longer from a broken home, fated to join the Crips at age 8. We did it, boys! And now Rim Jong can focus on slaying the other clams of the colony. Hopefully he's not allergic to shellfish. We fashion children toys out of concrete for young Vladimir, and the Supreme One takes it upon himself to clear the fields. But unfortunately I forgot that these things explode, so good job, Rim Jong, you really cleared the fields, eh? Just not in the way I desired. Commie Jesus showed mercy upon our good little commies, and brought forth the rain, saving most of our crops and sparing us to live even deeper in poverty. Wait a minute. Commie Jesus wouldn't do that. That sounds like that bastard business Jesus. Oh god, what's happening?
Oh, thanks, Freddy, foreshadowing.
So anyway, we got the Mechanitor mechanical device, but we don't need mechanical devices in this colony. Nope, we have Rim Jong for that. Ah, Vladimir loves it. Fucking perv. Just over there chillin'. Bing chilling even. Even though our Utopia is doing well in certain regards, we lack direly on research capabilities. So Rim Jong uses his supreme powers to fill Flugtag's numbered days with an increased work capacity. Even the sick and dying are not spared from hard labors in our society. That's capitalist pig dog mentality. Fuck that. So work harder, damn you, or it's the gulag for you. Honestly, I don't even know if work drives really help research, but it's worth a shot. We completed drug production and began researching toxifier generators. This will help Gutenberg fulfill her desire to eat microplastics while also giving us more energy. Sure, it creates pollution, but being commies, we only gaslight people to think we care about a green environment. Really, we just want power. But don't tell anyone. We got a good scam going. Flugtag is down to his last go juice, and we expand our mountain home to put down our new generators. God damn, just look how fast they dig. You know, I want to make more New York Jew tunnel jokes, but god damn it, boys, we're going to be doing a lot of digging. I'm worried these jokes will get old, unlike the children they took into those tunnels. Ain't that right, Hasidics? We're planning to take over the land to the south. Insert South Korean invasion joke here, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. Our little commies like it, at least. And just like that, we're almost done already. With some securing of the southern border, we can complete our breakthrough. I know. Securing the southern border is what commies are supposed to be against. But this is IKEA, not America. So it's fine. Last thing IKEA needs is to be invaded by a mass of immigrant raiders seeking to destroy our society. Those damn military-age single males. But hey, it's this random camel's birthday today. Happy birthday, Cullen. I hope this sunlight brings you many sparkles. Now then, eating is the most anti-commie activity you can perform. So hunger strikes it is. Woo! Yay! But not by choice, because we've ran out of food. At least we will sooner than later, because we're now making fine meals. Maybe I am the chosen one. The one to actually do communism correctly this time. Wow. Bow before me, pussies. We now interrupt today's episode to thank today's video sponsor, Papa's Master Baits. Do you sneak out to go fishing in the middle of the night to get food for your family without the state knowing? Of course you do. We've been watching you do it, but now you can sextuple the amount of fish you catch by using Papa's Master Baits. We've got the best tackles and lures. Lure those fish in and show them your master bait. Like a woman walking alone in a park, hook, line, and sinker. With Papa's Master Baits, you'll have enough food for your family and to bribe the commie inspectors to not throw you in the gulag. And right now, for one like on this video, you can receive 1% off. Wow, what a deal. The like button is in your asshole. You need to finger your asshole. Fucking fat. But anyway, we finished the toxic generator research, so it's time we make some garbage. If I wanted garbage, I should have just bought the Communist Manifesto. Ha ha! We lay down the plans to expand our storage room, and would you look at this? A beautiful commie mother feeding her child while starving herself. Wow. All for little Vladimir. But Flugtag finally runs out of go juice. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If you can't provide for the state, then the state can't provide for you. Rim Jong strips him of all his possessions and chucks him into prison. Well, I mean, it's not a prison, it's a gulag fun camp. No need to invite your friends, because they're already here. Turns out we can't have a public execution when the person is down, so we'll treat Flugtag like we do with all veterans and leave them to die on the streets. Cold, scared, and alone. Well, not the streets. It's the gulag, but you know what I mean. Our first cotton harvest, finally. We're moving up now, boys, and we're starting to eat fine meals. Shit, we may be turning into the proletariat. With the cotton we raise the banners of freedom around the no, wait, hang on. Let me try that again. Sorry, I'm really drunk on copium right now. We raise the banners of state oppression around the colony as a constant reminder to our peons that there is no hope, there is no escape, and there is no food. We have successfully decolonized our colony. Actually, that sounds like a nonsensical oxymoron, but shut the fuck up. The commie supreme government can't be incorrect or incompetent. That's it. We need to slay someone to assert our dominance. Wait, no, that's slaying pussy. Wrong kind. You. Ah, that's better. Damn colonizer. That'll teach you to, colonize, I guess? Anyways, to the mass grave with your freeloading ass. But let's move on. The toxifier generator is finally complete, and Gutenberg gets her highly sought after garbage. Yes, hide your face in shame as you scarf down that muck. Communism. When you're so hungry, you'll eat toxic garbage. And now that Flugtag is dead, we have no researcher, boys. It's a bit of an oversight on my part, but Ibn Flog will have to fill that gap in coverage. We're also direly lacking on a crafter. Two things that are incredibly important. We really need to get some new brainwashed dolts in here. Thankfully, we have a quest to aid some drifters, which we quickly accept. Just like Gutenberg's new favorite meal, they're trash. It's some pink-haired wokey and 2 children. The pork child has a peg leg too. Bacon on a stick, eh? Alright, sorry. We do need children's clothes for Vladimir. All we have are our commie uniforms. Fucking dope though, right? Just wait till they put them on. Well, of course we move to subdue those who would seek refuge. We pocket sand the children and slay the bacon-wrapped peg leg. What? We really needed their clothes. And now there's people bleeding everywhere. Even Ibn Flag is bleeding while Vladimir is slurping on those mommy milkies. So it's commie healthcare to the rescue. Even for our gulag guests. We give them ample amounts of government-sponsored and totally free on healthcare. Our maid services are unmatched. No, not that maid. Yeah, that's the one. We then have a public execution, aka commie healthcare. Rim Jong's not a bad dude. He doesn't run with a bunch of bad boys. Good old Rim Pop. Corn job? Yeah, corn job. What's that on the Urban Dictionary? Actually, a Rim Pop could be a pink sock. aka a prolapsed anus. So, Rimworld, right. So our labors continue, with our good little commies striving to give it their all for a prosperous state. Some even taking it all. Our wealth sort of grows, but I notice we've not had an event for a while, and let me tell you boys, a mod must have updated because I'm pretty goddamn sure the storyteller is currently broken. I'll work on fixing it though, but for meow, just watch our good little commies all slip into their new state-mandated uniforms. We've got all kinds of commies. Trash-eating commies, the rare cooking commies, and even bleeding commies. Wow, just look at all these glorious commies. I actually don't know why she's bleeding. Maybe she lactates blood? Weird, I don't know. Commies are so red, even their yitty juice is red. It's canon now. We then release the other child. Communism makes dreams come true, but our rice and cotton crops are coming in, so it's back to our glorious labors. We build a pool table and can finally stop cutting our goddamn fingies. Just in time for another missile test launch too. And we have even more missiles this time. Now you must really be scared. Take that, America! The awesome power of our missile test launch even brought on a new colonist to follow the supreme leader, Rim Jong Un. Rim Jong Un! It was a caffeine-addicted woman with no stats that were helpful. I mean, at least it's another poon for Rim Jong to schmang. Ah, chocolate milk woman.
Is this guy 7-Eleven or 9-11?
She equips her mandated uniform and we rename her to Hlugtarn. Hlugtarn. I can't even say these. Our crops then spontaneously combusted, and after fighting the fires of capitalism, it was time to improve our fields, laying down tons of concrete, mainly because we needed something to do. Without research, it's hard to keep them all occupied. And an occupied workforce is a distracted workforce. Another good distraction are royal weddings. And now Rim Jong and Ibn Flag will tie the knot. I knew we could cure that wound. No broken relationship can stand up against authoritarian threats of violence. And a blood moon rises, very auspicious of the days to come. Or just a random event, I don't know, we'll see. But an LTEX meteor was captured in our mighty DMZ. We of course mine it and place down a machining table. It's high time we started implementing sweatshops around here. Thus far, the DMZ has been unstoppable, but as we gain notoriety as a world player, the pig dogs will send stronger and stronger raids against us. So we must mobilize newer and stronger weaponry. The time has come for our ultimate destructive weapon. Oh, that's right, boys. We shall unleash the awesome power of acorns. Okay, we're not actually going to do that. Not even Rim Jong can handle the power of acorns. We'll just do some sandbags and a couple more turrets. We're then infiltrated by wild men, one with an incredible intellectual skill. But since none of our commies are good with animals, there's nothing that we can do. And just look at how fucking fast Zibberschnicht is at mining. Just like that, 1,000 fucking steel, it's amazing. And Ibn Flag is at 4 intellectual, so we're right back to where we started when old Flugtag was researching. Ah, good times. With our recently made machining table, we make some new weapons. Look out, world, the commies are advancing. And with that, a goods trader visits our colony. Seeing how we can offload all our old unused clothes gives Rim Jong an idea. Using our newly discovered sweatshop technology, we can make mass-produced cheap goods to sell to foreign markets, thus generating massive wealth to fuel Rim Jong's desire to material things and power. We're already exploiting our workforce. What's a little more? Maybe exploiting your people is evil, but it's not Rim Jong's fault. Not at all. He's a Virgo, you see. What do you expect? The purple-haired stars made him do it. No Virgo can control themselves in a circumstance like this.
Urge to capitalism rising!
Although our crafting skills are shit, we shall make mass amounts of fancy vests. Cheap, overproduced clothing items. God damn it, if that's not commie, I don't know what is. You gotta manifest the wealth. Pull out the crystals, set the sound blaster on 420 hertz and just goon. Goon the vibrations into existence, man. As our colony advances and grows, so too shall Rim Jong's might and influence, and his edging to goon. As we admire Rim Jong's ever-growing harem, some distraught peoples seeking medicine wander in. Mayhaps our prayers for more commies was answered? This one's a little too plump to be a communist, but we can change that. A little starvation does everyone good. She got a body like a bag of milk. Milk that's been left out in the hot Tucson sun during summer for 5 days. Lumpy, stinky, and ready to slime. The fatty is a good crafter and the cat boy is good at animals, which could lead us to a tamed, smart wild man. So the decision is made to throw them both into the Gulag summer camp of friends. We do accidentally kill the child, but it's a sacrifice Rim Jong is willing to make. The plump Western woman turns out to be unwaveringly loyal, so our dreams of cow tipping is unfortunately over. We will, however, convert and recruit the cat boy, who's so old he has cataracts, but we can use his animal skills. Luckily, it's not another Punter Trap situation where he will die without loving, which means Rim Jong will be the only stag in this field. Last thing we need is two dudes playing each other in battle shits over pussy. With not much else to do, we set off on a quest to gain the fabled kami artifact of the Bowl of Hunger. The local population stood no chance against our mighty communist human meat shield tactics, and one of them is actually an okay crafter, so naturally we kidnap them to perform propagandizing. You need a miner. Ha! Isn't that why we have Punter Trap? With a successful return to our motherland, we execute the plump woman. Can't have too many mouths to feed after all. With the increase in warm-bodied mouth breathers, the room of fun guys is expanded. And I'm not talking about the unsub podcast room. No. These are different fun guys. Know who's not a fun guy? That intellectual wild man we wanted. He must be from Hollywood because this pedo is after Punter Trap, so naturally he's gunned down in the streets. It's called revenge, and it's a dish best served while bleeding out alone in a field. But now we're back to square one with getting a researcher. Again, our storyteller is definitely 100% broken. Look at this lack of events. You know, I feel like this happens every single fucking Rimworld playthrough I do, but I guess that's the risk you run when you have 260 plus mods. It's maddening. Maddening enough to make the cripple cat boy fight an injured woman. With actions like that, he'll make a perfect liberal. I mean communist. Same thing. Just look at his woke ideologically misplaced rage. God damn beautiful. God damn it, they're at it again. This time we intervene and bring the beatdown of the supreme leader upon them, just in time for a commie miracle. The royal wedding. Rim Jong and Ibn Flog tie the knot. A little late though, I mean their kid's already, technically a bastard. Poor Vajimir. And the prisoners are just bleeding out in the cell during the wedding. I mean, they'll probably survive, I don't know, that's the fun. And okay, they'll make it. Good job, Punter Trap. Too bad you can't cure Flugtarns. Caffeine withdrawal. I should not have named her that, which I am doing nothing about. But at least our cows are fucking. And they had a baby boy. He'll become food for the starving masses. We don't want any motherfucking inbred cow meat. Well, I guess inbred meat wouldn't be too bad. I mean, that's just basically a sandwich. Still, with not much to do, we build some fancy docks and begin the recruiting of our newly converted little commie gulag goers. We finally finish researching biofuel refining, and honestly, I don't even remember why I went after that one. But anyway, we'll move on to the ENIAC because that will open up our research to a whole new level. We then successfully recruit our ancient catboy, and due to the traumatic brainwashing experience, he gains an iron stomach, which he'll need in a commie society of garbage-eating warm bodies. And of course, he gets in that commie drip. Wow, what a beautiful commie catboy. He's perfect. Perfect? Because he's a cat. Okay, anyway. Apparently cataracts are an unnatural enhancement because he's sad about it. Unless he's got a vibrator for a cock, but god damn it, I'm not going to check under that hood. Guess we should just pull his eyes out, maybe? Yeah, we'll see how it progresses. Aw, Vajimir, your future peoples are doing well. The sweatshop is well underway.
Urge to capitalism rising.
Everyone is happy, and we'll make the commie catboy the new fist of the supreme leader. He has 15 fucking social, I have to. Sorry, Gutenberg, but not even communism is safe from the patriarchy. She mad. Typical woman. How's that for a wage gap, you bitch? Our commie cat gains an expertise in conversion, obviously. And now all of a sudden people want some commie statues. The statue showing how the supreme leader doesn't poo. To quell the masses, we shall create said statue for our glorious ideology room, which will also install some phallic structural supports to reinforce the patriarchy. The supreme leader doesn't poo. A statue so nice, you say it twice. Just in time to have our perfect festival, which apparently you need to have someone adopt another someone, so I don't know. Flugtarn will now be Gutenberg's mother, I guess. Let's hope Rim Jong isn't planning any harem orgies soon. We don't want a repeat of the cow situation. But honestly, I think the only orgies that would happen would be with our commie catboy. My dude can seduce anyone with a flick of that tail. This may not do so well. These are Rim Jong's bitches. Gotta keep an eye on him. Some good old commie surveillance programs, I think. Yeah, that. Careful when you're doing your catnip, catboy. It may just be your last. And now Rimjob's looking at how he doesn't poo, I guess? I don't know. It's funny though. But anyways, with an early harvest due to some freezing weather approaching, our fancy vest inventory grows, ready to pave the way to an influx of commie state-owned wealth, all in the name of the supreme leader, Rim Jong Un. With some much-needed expansions underway, we round out day 100 of our communist utopia. We've got plenty of sexy, idiotic commie bitches, brainwashing subjects, and mouth-breathing imbeciles, plenty of trash to eat, a broken storyteller, and a world that's not ready for the awesome power of communism to be unleashed upon it in a mighty non-pooing Rim Jong's name. Death, destruction, devastation. Use whatever pronouns you want. It's beautiful commie violence, no matter what you call it. Welcome back to Rim Jong Un's Perfect Communist Society, where I've installed a couple new mods. The first will make Vladimir Putin's age go up faster than a pre-spawner on Sunday. Basically, we're now pumping this baby full of untested hormones to try and create an omega commie baby raised in the brainwashing system, which will grow up bowed to the will of the state. We thank thee, Satan, for the infant hormone treatment and the itty-bitty baby dick that will undoubtedly grow on this young female. Oh, wait, shit. I just assumed the baby's gender without it being able to talk. Oh god, I've become what I hate. I've become sane. The second mod will allow us to harness the power of the sun, thus creating unlimited power through nuclear innovations, along with maybe just a wee little bit of bringing the power of the sun to bear upon our capitalistic enemies. We're taking a literal meaning to the phrase, show them the light of communism. And lastly, we have successfully unfucked ourselves by unfucking our storyteller. This bitch. Broken ass bitch ain't broke no mo. So we can get raids and events and actually get some story elements. So that's pretty darn tootin' bubba. We're now playing with this guy, who should hopefully give us some psi powers to make Rim Jong a powerful commie wizard. But let's begin. We're building more toxic generators deep in our cavern hole. The wind power is just too unreliable to manage our future needs. I know it's anti-commie to use sensible power production, but as supreme leader, Rim Jong can do whatever the fuck he wants. We moved to expand the rec room and give Rim Jong a nicer bedroom with rich mahogany floors. Wow. Along with making some new mini turret packs for our resident pussies who won't fight, to force them to defend the colony should the mighty DMZ fail, which it won't. Production of cheap clothing items to sell to foreigners has been productive and should increase the wealth of the state greatly. Then, thanks to the hormones, Vladimir has her first growth moment, and in true heir to the supreme leader fashion, she darts right for the patented commie cap. But it turns out we destroyed those kid clothes we got earlier, so we'll have to make some new ones. Good thing we murdered those children for their clothes that we aren't going to use, but commies don't care, so it's fine. Vladimir will just have to run around in her birthday suit for the time being, just like her daddy. The new storyteller is confirmed to be working because we get a raid, though only half of them appear hostile, and the game pops a chub sending these poor travelers right into the raider's path. The chub starts doing the hard work, but like all chubs, he doesn't last forever, and the raiders leave him on the edge of death. Naturally, the DMZ took out the remainder, and they flee in pussified terror. The commie drip is ready for little Vladimir, so she now looks like a proper good little commie. She shall aspire to the greatness, just like her daddy, who's currently building up those toxic garbage dumps. Certified commie moment. We should put some art up around here. Really make this militaristic tunnel house a home. And then, you know, we can throw some orange high-vis on and cover the art in paint while we super glue our hands to our cocks to protest the toxic generator plant. Yeah, that'll show us, I guess. Nah, fuck that. I'm retarded, not retarded. But the glorious statue of our supreme leader, Rim Jong Un, is put up in the red circle. Glorious. Like I said earlier, our rec room was far too small, so we jelked that bad boy up a few notches and add double beds to everyone's rooms to prepare for the inevitable dicking down of Rim Jong. Our entire colony is based on the commie view of DEI. That's diversity, equality, and inclusion. The most beautiful commie bullshit ever spewed. Just look at how diverse we are. How we are stronger because of it. And as a bonus, oh, Rim Jong gets all the pussy he wants. My man. Respect. Oh no, why did a Princess Peach choke? Because a Mario came down the wrong pipe. We get the quest I wanted for a silent neuroformer. We just need to watch after 3 prisoners for 15 days, and Rim Jong can start his commie wizard training. Naturally, we accept. If there's one thing commie societies can do, it's handle plenty of prisoners. Rim Jong slashes his second gash by entering into a relationship with Puntertrap. Ibn Flog doesn't care, other than she's now sleeping alone, but we'll just bounce them back and forth. Puntertrap needs a regular schmanging if she is to continue to live. That doesn't mean Rim Jong is a saint. He's corrupt, goddammit. Not nearly as corrupt as Gavin Newsom, though. Hell, we don't even know how to make bread. God, that dude is actually a huge piece of shit. I ain't even joking. And Vladimir is left to run home in the dark without any parental supervision. Her parents are, preoccupied. This poor prisoner can hear all of it too. Speaking of two, they have a round 2. Certified Rim Jong moment. Another growth moment for young Vladimir makes her a nimble shooter. Her stats will probably suck due to the faster aging, but we can hopefully get her some good traits. We'll see how it goes, I suppose. Capitalism Jesus rears his head again by dropping a cash gas-filled meteor into the colony, and Commie Jesus rears his head again by dropping those prisoners into the colony. Stark contrast, really. But they can enjoy the brand new refurbished gulag. I wish I could keep them because this one would be a baller-ass researcher. He's so good I'd crawl through a field of broken glass just to suck the dick that fucked him last. Rim Jong attempts to further expand his harem by romancing Gutenberg, but it fails. I think because she was asleep, I'm not really sure. But the other commies decide to have a binge party, which prompted Justinian and Zibberschnick to form a relationship. This cat man walks around strutting his silky, luxurious hair, wiggling that gigantic, long, throbbing tail in everyone's face, going after the Supreme One's bitches? Bro thinking he's an alpha male? But pimp, you ain't. You an alphabet male. I'm talking ABCQRTDEI extra plus kind of male. Basically a male feminist. Alright, sorry. He's not that bad. But still, we can't have this kind of poisonous weakness soften our colony. Through suffering we grow calluses, and through harshness we grow strong. Pain is virtue. Suffering is enlightenment. So my dear, sweet, soft little cat man, better watch your back. Because of the binge party, everyone is now tired as fuck. So the Supreme One shows mercy and gives them the day off. Our prisoner was finally recruited and she dons the good little commie outfit of success, and we can have her begin working in the sweatshop to produce a surplus of fancy vests. I forgot to name her too, so if you have a good IKEA name, drop a comment down below. It also makes the YouTube robot think that this is actually a good video. After a few hours of rest, we repeal the rest proclamation and send everyone back to work. You can sleep when you're dead. Rest is a vile and useful tool of capitalism. We increase our garbage production capabilities due to the increased pollution spreading on the tiles. Spreading faster than the vomit in the gulag. Vajimir then has yet another growth moment. We give her passions in intellectual mining and plants, and she gains the brawler trait. She's coming along well. Keep this up and there will be a statue of you erected someday. Good old Rim Jong just in there, shooting triple C thick ropes. Getting all slimy, just straight gooping in the gash. Filling it up with built up goon serum. Just fucking laying supreme pipe. Busting out the slippery slosh, dude. Hitting it from the back, just getting stanky. Filling the room up with that spunk funk. That fucking vagina aroma, dude. Watch as the frothy foams just dribble down Ibn Flog's chin. Rim Jong just standing there, glistening, dripping fresh fluids. 13 different kinds of salty, you know what I'm saying? Alright, well, for those of you still watching, I'll admit, I got carried away. So, let's just get back to Rimworld, shall we? These poor souls are getting fucked in a different kind of way. But anyway, let's continue on with our Love Island soap opera and have Gutenberg romance Rim Jong. It didn't work. Guess Rim Jong likes to keep his bitches edging. I don't know. Man like this got a full horseshoe, lower and upper deckies, packing that 6mg Zen spearmint based. We then expand our ideology room and take a quest to house 2 black rhinos for 7 days. I had to take the quest. It'd be racist if I turned it down. We'll get an advanced component out of it too, so that's cool. And man, look at those butts. Talking dumps, brother. Due to the recent cold weather, due to a little thing called winter, we are actually running low on food. But the shrooms will be ready to harvest soon. It's a damn good thing we expanded that before, or we'd really be a commie society. So we will continue our work to take the mind off of the rumbling tummies. Even young Vajimir works to not think about starvation, while Rim Jong contributes in his own way. And now Vajimir has become an adult. Now her stats are complete trash, like Gutenberg's favorite food. But this is to be expected in a communist society, where our school systems focus more on social pronouns and hand jobs than they do on academic skills. So, yeah, we got what we paid for. Just so happens we paid for a retarded liberal. Wow, thanks tax dollars, that's just what I wanted. We give her the tycoon trait, which could cause a stir in a commie society, but we'll see what happens. Kids gotta rebel against their parents after all, right? I had to let the animals out because they too were starving. The cows don't really matter, but I don't want the smoke from letting 2 black rhinos die on my watch. A pack of manhunting wolves appears in the middle of the night. No one was roused. Well, Rim Jong was aroused, but And we let the DMZ handle it, which it did. Think we need to rename the DMZ to American Kindergarten for, no reason. But one wolf gets cheeky and gets back up to attack Ibn Flog and is quickly gunned down, like being in the streets of Chicago. For those of you with OCD, you're gonna hate me for this. I used the wrong fine tiles to match the old ones in the ideology room, so it doesn't look quite right. Fine tiles take ages to build though, so I'm not going to bother fixing them. Also, I forgot that we called our ideology room Starbucks, which I think is funny as fuck. It's like the embodiment of standing in a crowded McDick's slurping on an air cock into a camera thanking retards for a glizzy. God, what happened to us? Communism, that's what. Well, and the Justinian rears his ugly red rocket again, and is now in a relationship with Gutenberg, the very same Gutenberg that Rim Jong has been trying to romance for ages. Other males don't tend to do very well in this colony. Rim Jong's got a monopoly on having a cock and balls. I mean, we could make eunuchs? I'd need some new mods, but we could do eunuchs. Oh god. This will turn back into the cocksmith real quick. If you don't know what that is, well, it's old school Papa Cheddar, and it's very, very dark. So anyway, during this betrayal, I also discovered that pretty much everyone is infertile, which I don't understand. Kinda puts a damper on my plans, but you know, we'll see what we can do. Really losing those eggs, eh, ladies? You know what they say, can't make a commie utopia without cracking a few eggs. Or murdering millions of people, but you know, whatever. The ENIAC research is completed, so before the nuclear light of communism can be brought to bear, we will dive into microelectronics. We place down an antenna tower and console for trade ships. Now, the antenna tower has to go outside, but the radius of effect looks like it should work and reach our stockpiles. We'll try it out. I think it'll work. The Starbucks is completed and full of black rhinos. The cold weather is over and our field labors can begin in earnest once more. The Rhino quest is over, so our surprisingly strong commies carry them to their ship and we get a prize of 1 advanced component and 69 silver. Nice. Man, dude, this storyteller just gets me. Our wealth is almost at the 6-figure mark. Gotta say, I'm loving this character arc so far. Evil commie authoritarian forcing his people to labor and suffer so he may attain extreme wealth. God damn it, Winnie the Pooh would be proud of his baby Rim Jong. Maybe even give us a rim job for our work. Heard it here first, folks. Zinni the Ping gives rim jobs. Yep, snoped it. It's canon. Fucking commie fat. Personally, I prefer slunkies, like a real man. We reinforced the beautiful DMZ, built with 20% concrete and 80% pure, unadulterated hate. Oh, and the bones of our loyal subjects. But that's how we make the concrete. And our improved research room is operating under peak efficiency. We force our scientists to butt-chug meth and read books. If you watch closely, you will see Rim Jong hamming it up with Punter Trap, then moving into Ibn Flog's bed to re-ham it up. The man didn't even shower. How full are his fucking balls? Certified baller moment. He went on an ultimate supreme rampage. Call this man Rim Jong Wick, cause y'all fucking with the wrong dog, you heard? We built a new hospital and then have Hlugtarn try and romance Rim Jong, which again, didn't work. This just makes Rim Jong even more jealous of Justinian, because with one flick of that tail, Hlugtarn would be Hlug tearing it up. That was stupid. A trader shows up and we can unload all these fancy vests, raking in extreme profits in the name of communism. Another trader showed up right away and we get some crafting materials. We sold all of our drugs because we're out of clothes, but that's okay. It's still pretty on brand. More mass graves are dug. The traders left a shit ton of filth everywhere and we put down some nice flooring in our commie caves. The colony is coming along swell, just the way the supreme leader envisioned it. Come on down to Rim Jong Un's communist utopia where the bread is free, the housing has plenty of airflow, and everywhere is shoes optional. No need to bring any belongings either, because we already have them. Honestly, I'm still pretty blown away at how fast we actually dig. I mean, look at that. Wow, I'm not the only one being blown away. This place probably smells so fucking bad, dude, but let's move on. Rim Jong and Punter Trap are to be married. She will become his second wife. And our prisoners are ready to get the fuck out of the gulag. They're loaded into the shuttle, and there it is. Our psychic wizard powers. Rim Jong hastens to apply it to his brain. He came equipped with morbid and artistic meditation focus, which is actually quite fitting, and we will send him down the Technomancer tree. Why? Well, why the hell not? Think about it. What's more commie than Technomancer? That's right, probably something. Fuck, I don't know. I didn't bother to look them all up, so just go with it. We slap down some meditation spots and change his work schedule to increase his commie wizard powers. Fucking awesome. Soon he'll be gag fucking those capitalists into oblivion. No, not that oblivion, you fucking nerd. Rim Jong equips a fancy Eltex robe and gets some new drip befitting his new powers. That looks kind of familiar, but I just can't place it. Oh well, I mean, it looks sweet either way. We wing down some more toxic power to prepare for the ENIAC. Rim Jong saves lives and we get some mad boomalopes, which I'll admit I fumble pretty hard right here. Juggling everyone trying to fight the fire and not thinking they explode when you finish them off caused everyone to become injured in one way or another. And I mean everyone. Look, I'm not proud about it, but it happened. Certified fumble moment? The DMZ was outplayed here. We'll have to inspect its schematics to find the weak spots. The G13 Omega top secret document used used to build the Chad-ass DMZ will be available on War Thunder in a couple of weeks. So sit tight, Ming Tao, and tell Ivan so we don't miss out. Damn it, Rim Jong, now is not the time. But at least we're getting some good use out of our hospital. Shit's full, and that's not the only thing that's full. But it's time we kick it up a notch. Pull some evil-ass George Soros type plays. Well, maybe not that evil, but you know what I mean. We install the mighty ENIAC to make up for our lack of brain power. We should have enough power by meow. Now then, there is but one way to talk and think in Rim Job society. The way of the state is absolute, and our Catman absolutely doesn't match our ideal colonist. So we must trim the fat and remove the tumor that is our commie cat. Farewell, fucker. No one crosses Rim Job and gets away with it. Cute little kitty ears or no. No longer shall the men of the patriarchy hold pinkies down the tunnel corridors like two Indian bros. But we still will shit in the middle of the streets like some Indian bros. Must be the same guys who mailed themselves to New York City. Should send old Ranjit and Harshit to fill up them Jew tunnels. No more scam call centers for you boys. It's the poo mines for you now. Or in this case, the gulag. But we're taking this betrayal one step further. He's taken up too much disk space in the colony and it's time to uninstall him. He's just a dirty little Ferget. Ferget? Nice, right? Yeah, that's pretty nice. Damn anal mole. You know what I like most about Justinian? When he stops breathing. I'ma pretend that to assert his dominance, Rimjob stood over Justinian's corpse, and as he breathed out his final breath, Rimjob knelt down to inhale that final breath, sucking in his soul essence so that he could never find peace in the afterlife. Rimjong's a fucking gangster, bud. Where's your dick now, man? Huh? Where's your dick? Probably in that mass grave with the rest of the undesirables. Or because it's so fucking massive it needed its own grave or something. I don't know. Big cat boy dick joke inserted here. I should have named you Rocket. He's already red because, you know, he's a commie, so it's Red Rock. Well, okay, you get it. Gutenberg gets promoted to the new Fist of the Supreme Reader, all while the old Fister isn't even cold yet. This move actually caused a lot of problems. Turns out the Catman was very popular among the colonists, and I should have accused him before executing, I think. But no matter. You play with the cards you're dealt. Rimjong feels no remorse, however, for there can only be one. Life, as they say, goes on. Time to lose ourselves in our labors. For the good of the state, we shall endure. For the commie, suffering is like a vast and endless ocean. Eternal in its depth, incomprehensible with its gargantuan presence. And then the age of mental breaks begins. Gutenberg displays corpses in the dining room, among other places. Zibberschnick has a tantrum and starts attacking the DMZ. But we lay out some more jobs to keep their minds busy by beginning the area where our nuclear arms race shall begin. I clicked this button on the antenna, not knowing what it does. Turns out it calls in a trade ship, I think, which is pretty fucking dope. But I discover that the area of effect does not go through walls, so that kind of sucks. The moods have finally sort of balanced out after the awkward execution, but we shall see for how long. In case of rebellion, Rimjong improves his charge rifle, but no need to call the cops. It's medicinal. On the bright side, Vajimir's stats are coming along, and we place down flower pots throughout the colony to try and make people happier. We need them at least somewhat content. The gulag isn't big enough to house them all. We'll also now reintroduce the making of fine meals. The labors continue with digging out the nuclear laboratory. How deep does this rabbi hole go, eh? We got a shuttle crash with no worthy recruits, and people begin to get food poisoning, which doesn't make much sense because Puntertrap is an excellent cook, but maybe she's been distracted. I hit the initiate lovin' button on Puntertrap and witnessed something I've never seen in Rimworld before. I mean, wow. This is something else, boys. But this Karma Sutra-induced sexual maneuver caused Ibn Flog to divorce Rimjong. Unbeknownst to me, when you initiate lovin', it will force relationships to end, regardless of ideology. But Rimjong romances Ibn Flog and smooths things over quickly. So, crisis averted. But man, that's standing doggy style. Wow, Rimworld, you surprise even me. Respect. Certified Rim Hub moment, anyone? More people get food poisoning as our floors fill with vomit. Gutenberg then goes on an insulting spree attacking poor Ibn Flog. We get a marriage proposal for Hlugtarn from another faction, but quickly deny it. These are Rimjong's bitches, Bubba. You wanna get catboyed too? Our floors are now completely fucked, but a trader comes by and we again offload our supply of fancy vests. Rimjong gets a new commie wizard skill, and we begin cleaning the floors, along with laying down new floors for the nuclear testing facility. Some Neanderthals enter our area to steal some trees. They've got brows big enough to sit on. Wanna pop a squat on that face, eh? They have Zibberschnick backed into a corner, but they leave before noticing her and she makes her escape back home. While our wealth is doing pretty good, Our mood really is not, which becomes apparent when Gutenberg snaps and enters a mental break. Probably all the PTSD from living under communism. Well, bitch, how about you PTSD's nuts? So naturally, we throw them in the gulag to ensure they see the error of their ways. Nah, she's quickly released. And then we make Puntertrap the new Fist of the Supreme Leader. So in the future, she can calm down Gutenberg, who has become quite a bitch lately, for some reason. I just can't put my finger on it. Our trash piles grow larger, our labors continue, and our fancy vest supplies expands. Let's also hope that this is enough room for the nuclear stuff. I guess we'll see. Then some wanderers come to visit. This one has an incredible intellectual skill, so you know what that means. We strike. And another child dies in the process. But god damn it, it's worth it. Turns out it wasn't worth it. This fucker is unwaveringly loyal, and we can't recruit them. So the child died in vain. But perhaps Rim Jong is changing. I mean on the inside. Perhaps he's beginning to believe, and we release the prisoners. Perhaps enough blood has been spilled in the name of supremacy. Or maybe he's just gassy, I don't know. Puntertrap had 11 inspiration, and you know Rim Jong satisfied that shit. My man. A wave of bunnies crash against the DMZ to a predictable outcome. We then partake in another quest for the fabled Bowl of Hunger. We got in, hacked the terminal, and got out, all while a wolf pack attacked the colony. But everything went smooth and we returned home, one step closer to the Bowl of Hunger. We were hit with some acidic smog, but even some stanky air ain't enough to keep Rim Jong from doing his thing. Respect. We get another raid with one good colonist. As they enter the DMZ, they of course die and begin to flee. The good person runs as Rim Jong gives chase to capture them. Unfortunately, they make their escape and Rim Jong returns empty-handed. No one in the world really likes Rim Jong, but he is unfazed and begins the preparation of lavish meals for his good little commies. Through all the wealth generated and the harsh physical labors, we shall use their fruits to enrich ourselves. We're having an existential crisis, okay? Shut up. We have an unnatural amount of food for a commie society. But Rim Jong and Puntertrap begin their wedding. Wow. And Rim Jong gets a new psycast. Steel falls from the heavens, and Rim Jong makes a little rock slave. Everything's coming up Rim Jong. We're almost complete with microelectronics, and bam! With that, the world is our oyster. It's time for our nuclear program to begin. By harnessing the awesome power of the sun, none shall stand before our commie might. Rim Jong Un has a message for all the capitalist pig dog factions who would raid us. You can come to his colony. You can attack his DMZ. You can try and steal his harem of commie pussy. But know this one vital fact. Someone else will raise your children, bitch. We then upgrade our science technology with new research stations. The pollution spreads like our ideology soon shall. To celebrate, we have a missile test launch, launching the fires of communism from the Red Circle, a warning to those around who would test our might. They shall feel the fist of the Supreme Leader. Get fisted, heretics. Pig dogs. And by fisted, I'm going to shove the righteous fist of the Supreme Leader right up their tight little well-fed, money-filled assholes.
What else could it mean, brother?
With another trader showing up, we trade our food surplus for the materials that we'll need to create a nuclear capabilities, getting us that much closer to our nuclear dawn. We are stronger and more unified than ever before. By trimming the fat of the colony, we're now sleek and ready for the trials that await us ahead. Only through our harsh authoritarian ways shall the light of communism be launched to the unbelievers around the world. What is the ultimate goal of communism? Is it brotherly love? Free healthcare? A fulfilling life? Oh, my dear misguided child, it is none of those things. The ultimate goal of communism is the achievement of world peace through death and destruction of everything good and wonderful in the world. But a goal as lofty as this would take generations to achieve, unless of course we unleash the awesome power of the sun upon the world to bring forth the radiation-filled atmosphere that is a commie utopia, which is even worse than when you go poop on a cold winter's day and are met with the icicle enema that is Poseidon's kiss. So let's begin. We finally rename Cancer Girl to Hymen Poppin', an action the women of North Ikea are all too familiar with. To overcome the PTSD, they consume themselves in their labors, while the glorious Supreme Leader consumes himself in his own godlike presence. Basking in his totalitarian rule, he creates more rock-type slaves to further boost his ego. Then, a couple of good old boys decided to go out commie hunting. Well, that didn't sit right with us nor my friend over there. Y'all may know him as DMZ. Well, DMZ took those good old boys out back and untied their balloon knots to the extent that we couldn't tell mouth from asshole. And the bloody footprints was the last we seen of them boys. We're then visited by one of the only factions that still like us. For now, they bring meager wares to trade, but we pick up what little we can. Just consider it a microtransaction. Those are popular these days, right? That's also what the harem call intercourse with Rim Jong. Because of our plans to nuke the world, new protective equipment is commissioned, now with 30% more dystopia. Speaking of dystopia, the nuclear dawn research has been completed. Those pesky UN weapons inspectors never even saw this one coming. Now, I don't know how any of these things work, and we need packed concrete to even build them. So new production facilities are created and crafting assignments changed. To further our wartime capabilities, the researching of war caskets begins. I mean, what communist wouldn't love to lock themselves into an iron casket of eternal suffering? It's like a Muslim extremist suicide vest, just more fashionable. With the new production facilities, we can glimpse at what powers we shall soon behold. And Bubba, it's making me pop a tent and leak through my denim.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Crafting continues, and Rim Jong makes his rounds, giving encouraging authoritarian speeches to his labor force to hasten their progress. Probably threats of violence against their families. It is the commie way after all. But we summon a traitor, for we lack the necessary components to create our new technologies. We're able to get some advanced components and precious uranium. So tasty. The key ingredient of our geopolitical pie. Looks like I'm not the only one leaking through denim. So because of all the recently ruined denim, we're going to grow cloth once again. We scream through research with the completion of our commie coffins and continue to finger blast our way to the apex of technology. As for the apex of romance technology, Rim Jong fails to romance Hlugtarn, and Hlugtarn fails to romance Rim Jong. I guess when you're constantly coming in your pants, the desire to pursue another wanes. Oh well. We pick up a quest to fight contemptible rats that will give Rim Jong some fancy bling. Naturally, the rats are unable to penetrate Senpai DMZ, and their carcasses shall add to the piles of bones littering the foyer. Rim Jong adds to his personal wealth with his new shiny ring, and a bulk goods trader arrives. Because of the increased strain on our power grid, more toxic garbage needs to be created. Like a true commie, I don't even care about pollution anymore. It's just part of our way of life at this point. Our storyteller must be a Leninite because he throws another bulk goods trader at us. He really wants us to bring about world peace. And Rim Jong's commie wizard powers grow, just like his ambitions. A cat girl fell from the sky and we decide to rescue her. I was thinking about adding her to the harem, but honestly, after saving her, I forgot that she even existed. So, like our previous cat friend, we'll never hear from them again. We modernize our research room and a few feral cats attack the colony. Must have followed Rim Jong's laser focus. Alright, that joke was a stretch. But they of course die and we'll move on. The Calutron is under construction. It's what will create the enriched uranium needed for all things nuclear. The multi-analyzer is done being researched, and to continue we'll need to build one. We are hurting for advanced materials though. And apparently creating enriched uranium counts as brewing? Guess we now know why vodka's so strong. So Puntertrap will now be baking yellow cakes along with her fine meals, and it will be ready after 2 short days. In the meantime, we'll go into mortars. Why? Because I want some giant artillery like a real Rim Jong, dammit. It shall help us prepare for the inevitable war for peace. Wow, it's like Beijing in here. And then those capitalist pig dogs send down their drones. Our only answer to such provocation is the tried and true human wave tactics. No, actually, I try and have Ibn Flag cause a chain explosion. She was, however, too slow. Women shooters, am I right, boys? And the murdered dildos press their attack. Through sheer force of will, we destroy them. With, minor injuries. We then take out the weather machine. I, however, failed to see the gigantic turret lurking behind the fog machine, and it starts blasting. Now's the time for human wave tactics. We get inside its minimum range and shred it to bits. I had the fast speed going, and it kinda blew up in our face. But the ladies of this colony should be used to that by now. So the day is won, and Vajimir is so happy she forgets to go to the hospital and just kind of bleeds out in her room for a while. But she'll be fine. And we got some much needed materials out of the automaton sex toys. I just hope the blood in Vajimir's room isn't from sex toys. But anyway, our uranium is finally complete. I can almost taste the glowing in the dark even now. Another thing I can taste is the damn near perfect colonist for us right now. 17 crafting and 16 intellectual. By God, she's magnificent. You know what must be done. Welcome to the gulag, bitch! We're then met with a raid and some surprise meteors. My favorite kind of meteor. And Rim Jong grows in power. If he gets too much stronger, he'll be slamming down more wieners than Joey Chestnut. Careful, ladies. I tested his new power, which basically adds power to our grid, and Rim Jong started glowing with these techno-type wisps. Why? I have no idea, but it looks cool. So that's Well, cool. Good job, Rim Jong. Then I discover why nothing is being crafted. To make any of the nuke stuff, you need a crafting skill of 10, which we don't have. So it's a good thing we captured a future Kami. We need her meow more than ever. Play your cards right and Rim Jong may even try and romance ya. Lucky girl. Another trade ship further increases our technological materials, and the multi-analyzer should soon be completed. Like right now. And now we can get fabrication. Wonderful. Everything's coming up Rim Jong. He's gonna have such a good episode today, especially later. We do a work drive on Hyman Poppin because she's close to 10, so I'm working on training her up. I've actually been using the fuck out of Rim Jong's various powers this time around, and I gotta say, it makes shit way faster. Funny how that works. We're moving from ironic Orwellian communism into some form of OnlyFans-based capitalism. We quickly get fabrication and then into advanced fabrication, all before our nuclear reactor is even completed. Soon, my beloved. Soon. And maybe soon Rim Jong will get more poon with him and Hlugtarn sky-gazing together. Wow. What's that puffy crowd look like to you, Rim Jong-chan?
Power.
It's now time for more standardization. Rebranding, if you will. Our brand should just be called Fancy Vest, cause, well, you know. And there it is, boys. The light of nuclear dawn. Oh, it's just so amazing. Craft faster, damn it. She's at 9.99 though, so bam, 10. Now we can enrich uranium, bitchin'. To celebrate, go get a pop. Yeah, okay. And the War Casket Foundry goes down. We're now even closer to our ultimate Ethiopian goal, utopian goals. I mean, I know we're all starving, but Ethiopian, I mean, come on, we're utopian, goddammit. So Rim Jong runs a commie utopia, propped up by battered and abused Stockholm women, where every other male is labeled an enemy of the state and sent to a farm up north in Nantucket. The whole world doesn't like him due to alleged war crimes. He runs a sweatshop making fancy vests at low cost for foreigners, making extreme profit that could be described as capitalist wet dream. So basically what I'm saying is, we need to invade Poland. And with that, our power problems are a thing of the past. And with the new recruit, our production problem shall also be a thing of the past. Omega sweatshop time now, boys. And then we get another mech cluster, which won't do anything, so we'll just leave it alone and return to our labors. Now then, the final push to unleash peace upon the world is at hand. And what's the best way to achieve world peace? That's right, through nuclear Armageddon. Nuke-firing rocket launchers are requisitioned, and as for who shall fire them, well, perhaps a commie coffin? And who should pilot a commie coffin except Rim Jong? Zone daughter, Vajimir. Yes, it's perfect. In you go. Daddy loves you. And along with a murder machine, we have our very first nuclear warhead. Now I'm really leaking through 2 layers of thick denim with all of this pre-cum. It's just so fucking good. And to match the narrative, Rim Jong goes into Static Lord. You know what I'm saying. Also to match this narrative is today's video sponsor. Do you like blowing things up? Do you like killing yourself for idiot extremist ideals? Well, today's sponsor sure does. It's ISIS, the world's premier terrorist service provider. Want to overthrow your government? Call ISIS today for a free consultation. They'll teach you how to martyr yourself for 69 virgins. Why not try their free ISIS app and play Who's Your Favorite Terry? Mine's Osama bin Laden. He's great. Oh, I've just been informed that today's sponsor is the ISS. Yes, the International Space Station, not ISIS, the terrorist organization. Well, this is awkward. Research flies and production continues. Through destructive weapons of war shall the utopian peace of communism reign eternal. Wow, it's fucking getting warm in here. Who knew a nuclear reactor under a mountain would get so hot? That wasn't in the instruction manual, but to be fair, IKEA manuals are designed to be confusing. We want to watch the world burn, what can I say? So a cooling tunnel is built, along with some new recon armor for what is yet to come. Even on the eve of destiny, Rim Jong always makes time. Wow, what a guy. Then another trader came by with an offer I couldn't refuse. Oh yeah, bud. It's a weeb sword for our commie casket. How could I not? A passing caravan of retards ends up walking right into those mechanoids from earlier. I haven't seen a greater display of one-sidedness since the time I fought that kid with downs for his ice cream. I got my ass kicked. What? He's got the strength, you know what I'm saying? This was truly a David versus Goliath moment. And wow, what a moment. With the power of fire, they did it, destroying the entire mech cluster with nary but bows and magic. But at what cost? Well, fuck, I don't care about the cost, because I never got no bill, bubba. So I'll just sit back and pillage the battlefield for those tasty little mech bits. Thanks, fuckers. And so close to the eve of battle, tensions are high, and Rim Jong gains some new masterwork armor befitting his splendid title. I then built a howitzer because why not? We then unload our mass supply of fancy vests with a trader, and production continues. We are now poised to strike at our enemies. The might of communism has brought Rim Jong and his peoples this far, unlocking new ways to murder people and gain control of their minds. Wow, what a beautiful sight to behold. You did it, Rim Jong. You fucking did it. But at what cost? What price are you willing to pay for power? Hey, a singular mad rat. Yep, that's to be expected. Oh, and I renamed Cree Stick to Shit Stick because I thought it was funny. I'm really bad at remembering to name people. I know. But hey, look at that. Test firing the howitzer at some endangered elephants. She missed. But it was pretty cool though. And now I'll never use this howitzer again. Neat. So then we get a psychic neuroformer from a trader and give it to Vajimir. If she is to be the chosen one to follow in her daddy's footsteps and bring forth the ultimate rise of peaceful communistic world destruction, then she should also be a wizard. Oh, and I'm building a carry-all, but more on that shortly. I'm turning Vajimir into a warlord because, well, Kami Coffin and Weeb Sword? I mean, come on. I had no other choice here, guys. We're then attacked with drop pods. Those pig dogs must know of our plans and are trying to stop us. We quickly deal with the invaders and they flee through the DMZ, which apparently only attacks people when they enter. No exit, I guess. So Rim Jong and Ibn Fla get married for the second time, and everyone else was too busy preparing for war to attend the ceremony. But, that's okay. They would have joined for no reason, but you'll soon see what I mean. Oh, fuck yeah, bud. And apparently some of those drop pod raiders just kind of hung around, so we now have a hobo population. But hey, I'm here for it, so that's neat, I guess. But we finish our carry-all and can now move on our enemies. Oh, I hope you boys are ready for what's about to happen next. It's very unexpected. Shit Stick starts burning this motherfucker down. Turns out she's a pyromaniac. Oops, I missed that one. We could arrest her and throw her in prison in the hopes of rehabilitation. Get the criminal off the streets, keep it safe for our children. But here in North Ikea, our justice system is ran by retards who pander to criminals, so we'll just keep her on the streets to rampage and endanger others. Ah, sweet justice. If it was any warmer in here, it'd be just water. Wish she'd rather hide in her room like an Anne Frank recreationist. Man, Anne Frank would make the best wife for Rim Jong. Can't talk back and he can't see his fat booger bod. Oh, wait, no. That's Helen Keller. The girl. Yeah, she'd make a good wife.
What did he say?
Nothing but knob slobber, you know what I'm saying? Anne Frank would probably be richer though. Old Poonter Trap hasn't broken at all this whole time, I'm pretty sure. She's like a rock. Or just one of them quiet girls, They say the quiet ones are the freakiest, right? So then Helen Keller must have been tearing up them sheets, pimp. God damn, playa. She be in them goose downs like... She's so ungrateful for what we've given her. It reminds me of the time I bought my nephew a trampoline for his birthday. Little shit just sat there in his wheelchair and cried. Now then, we depart on a massive expedition to find the fabled and never-before-seen clitoris. Okay, I would never waste my time searching for something that doesn't exist. Actually, we're gonna go and drop some fucking nukes on infidels' heads. The commie company loads up, and away they go. Upon arrival, the indigenous peoples were retreating into one single location. You think you'll be safe in there? Well, not today, Satan. Y'all just made yourselves an easy target, bubba. Our team moves forward and equips the flashlights of communism. And we strike, launching the word of Rim Jong to illuminate the heavens. Turns out not much was destroyed. But bubba, that's why we brought more. So again we fire. The enemy attempts to surround us. So yet more nukes are launched to stem the tide of the capitalist charge. Then the whole city cried out with the same last words as Stephen Hawking. Is what I would say, but it seems like these nukes don't have that great of a range apparently. Commie technology at its finest, am I right? And then the unthinkable. Vajimir, the heir to the supreme leader himself, was killed. An unimaginable outcome and totally unexpected. Our remaining forces call a general retreat, but Ibn Flag is struck down. Rim Jong's lover and Vajimir's mother bleeds out in the cold radioactive snow. Oh well, she'll probably survive. I should have named her John Benet. How these fucking guys are still alive, I have no idea. Other than, these nukes fucking suck. Klug, Tarn, and Zibberschnicht make their escape to the carryall, and upon flying out and surveying the destruction, they saw an entire civilization role-playing as George Floyd. So, the team returns and brings Rim Jong the unfortunate news. Maybe this struck right to the cold, black heart of Rim Jong. Maybe he finally sees that communism is not the answer. All the good things in his life so far have been brought on in spite of it. Money, technology, family, love, and friendship all counter the communist ideology. Now, as his penance, he will spend his nights cold and alone. Or he'll hop in bed with Punter Trap and keep dicking down. But one thing's for sure, you can't dick down the hole in his heart. Ibn Flog may yet be saved, but dear sweet Vladimir, who never knew a life outside of communism, well, may she long be remembered. And I hope all of you boys remember that communism fucking sucks.
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new